if I could use one of my hands for turning down the faucet and soak my hands and then turning it up again and rinsing my hand, I could do that job in instead of 1 minute running water, probably in 20 seconds of running water or 15 seconds. And I'll show you in one of the subsequent slides how much water can be saved by this one operation of washing hands, which even in the pre-COVID area in a country like India, with people like us who are fastidious about, Indian, we would do that 20, 30 times a day. We wash our hands. In any case, we were doing that because every time we touch something or we wanted to eat food or we finished our food or, one was always wipes on surface. So daily activities like washing hands, washing our cars, our RO system, the water that comes out of them, bathing, showers, shaving, cleaning. There are 100 chores in the day that we do that. Each one of them, there is potential to save water. Next one, please. And this is a chart that it shows. Now, traditional bucket bath, our forefathers, our grandparents, they all use buckets and lota for having a bath. Showers started, I mean, even with me, I think first time I had a shower bath must be when I was probably 20 years old or something like that, not before that, 25 years old or something. A traditional bucket bath with a lota does not use more than 20 liters of water. That's more than enough. A big bucket is 22 liters, small bucket is 16 liters or 18 liters. 20 liters of water is enough to clean human body nicely, soaping it and shampoo and whatever we want to use is enough, quite okay. A dry shower. Now this is a term I want to explain. What is a dry shower and what is a wet shower? A wet shower is that you turn on the shower and you rinse yourself and then you soap your body and you dry shower and the shower keeps running all the time. A dry shower is now, fortunately, everybody has understood it and most people are having dry showers, that you rinse your body, then you switch off the shower. You turn down the faucet and then you soap your body or shampoo your head and then you again run the. And again, if you want to do any other cleaning, etc., you want to do it. Now, the difference between water consumption between a wet shower and a dry shower is 40 liters. And a pressure shower, of course, uses 100 liters. And these days, we have all those shower cubicles when there are 20 showers coming and hitting our body from all sides and top and bottom and everything. All kinds of fancy showers and their shower stalls are there. And we've all become fascinated by them and we use them. And then we have these jacuzzis and we have all these things we have. They're all nice, they're all good, we all enjoy them, but they all waste a whole lot of water. A jacuzzi probably wastes 300, 400, 500 liters of water, it wastes one jacuzzi. Assuming only 15% of Indian people have access to showers. I don't think more than 15% Indians have access to showers. I could be wrong, this is the estimate I made. This is not based on any scientific study. That is 195 million people. Also assuming that on an average an Indian takes 1.5 showers a day. Because in summer we have to have 2 showers. When we come back from the office or work, a shop or factory or whatever it may be, a shower is needed, or a game of tennis or whatever it may be. And 40 liters is saved on each one of those showers. The saving on this one daily chore alone is 4,300 metric tons per annum. This is the calculation that I've done. You can check it out. You only have to multiply 40 liters by 195 million and into 1.5 and by 365 days, and you'll get that figure. 4.3 billion tons per annum can be saved only by, let's say, changing our shower habit. And similarly, a lot can be saved, washing hands, brushing, shaving. Till about 10 years ago, I also used to keep the faucet running while I was shaving or brushing, or maybe 15 years ago. I don't do that any longer. I use a mug for shaving, and I'm sure many of you do that. Or for brushing, one keeps on shutting off the shower and again, the faucet and using it again. So these are little things which are, let's have the next one, please. We'll take the questions later, but I saw a question just now about RO, this thing, I'll come to that. RO, what can be done about RO? RO is a necessity of life. We need clean water. Our water is not clean. So, till better systems are found, and I've raised that question even to the country's biggest RO manufacturer, who was our past president 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I've asked him also. His scientists are also working on it, on improving the efficiency. There was a time when I was told that if I got 1 liter of pure water, 3 liters was wasted. So there's a very simple solution to that. All I've done is connected a small pipe to my RO machine. And that pipe either collects waters in jerry cans or buckets, or goes into my lawns, or goes into my water harvesting system. It's as simple as that. Just get a few meters of the tube and connect it to your RO system. So you can't discard the RO system because that's a necessity for us. So there are solutions for these things also, but I just noticed one question appeared on the screen.
Mr. Kalra,
yes, sir.
Technically what you are telling, I don't agree with it, but okay. I will keep this with a separate discussion. And even we are destroying the good quality water by using RO, which is not needed at all. Okay. Anyway, this is a different topic we could discuss, and I could talk to you on this issue. I am one of the authority in.
No. Tell us today only, sir. I'll be finishing in the next 5 to 7 minutes, and okay, then. That's why I mentioned that a few years ago I was told that the wastage is 3 times, but I could be wrong. I could be told, because when I asked Mr. Mahesh Gupta this thing, he says no, that is not correct. So I'm sure he has better information, and you have better information about it. And I am only saying that whatever comes out of it, I save it. Whatever comes out of my air conditioners as the condensate, I save it. I attach a little pipe to them. I don't let that water go. These are the two major water wastages that happen in a household, and they can be very easily saved. And use that water for washing and cleaning and watering the plants or whatever you want to use them for. Use a metro. I'm coming to energy use now. Effective public transportation. I know that our country does not have adequate public transportation. Our bus system has yet to come in place. But metro I think is a boon for a city like Delhi, and later followed on in Bangalore and Mumbai and other cities also. Now, the energy consumption per person mile traveled, a person kilometer traveled in a metro is probably not even 5% of what it would be in an individual car, or maybe 1% of that, or 2% of that. So we should all use public transport as far as possible. As long as the last mile connectivity is available, we should use that. Next one, please. This is just a more efficient stove. Despite all the millions of free LPG cylinders given under the Ujjwala scheme of the Prime Minister, there are still lots and lots of people using wood for their cooking. It's bad. It's bad for their own lungs. It's bad for the environment, but they have to cook. So what they can do is that this simple stove, which is called a clean cook stove, can save 50% of the fuel and 80% of the emissions it can save. Next one, please. Now, this is an interesting slide. Love for 18 degrees Celsius. Most of us, the moment we come home from this 48 degrees outside, these days, of course, one doesn't go outside. You come into a room, first thing you want to do is switch on the AC and set it at 18. And why 18? Because it doesn't go lower than 18 anyway. Most ACs, most Indian ACs available in India won't go lower than 18. But there is absolutely no need for 18 degrees centigrade, except maybe for the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes. That also want you. In any case, I'm told, doctors say that it is bad that you come from 45 and then you expose yourself to 18. In any case, it's bad for the human body. But it is very, very bad for energy consumption. And I'll explain to you in the next slide. Next one, please. I went actually to these, one of the well-known AC manufacturers. I forget the name, but it's probably there in the next one. And I said, do you recommend 18 degrees centigrade? He said, not at all. You've not read our manual. So he opened the manual and showed me which I have circled in red, recommended temperature setting for cooling 26 to 28 degrees centigrade. And I said, oh my God, I did not know you say that, but I've been following that. When we go to sleep at night, our AC is never lower than 26 degrees centigrade. And believe me, it's very, very comfortable. You know, the funny part is, my wife and I were buying some blankets 4, 5 years, 6 years ago, around Diwali time or winter time. And this shopkeeper was showing us all kinds of blankets. ये 100 रुपए का है, ये 200 का है, ये 300 का है, ये 500 का है. ऊपर कुछ शेल्फ पे पड़े थे बड़े फैंसी लुक के. मैंने कहा वो नहीं दिखाया, वो महंगा है सर. वो मैंने कहा दिखा तो दो. मैंने तो ये तो नहीं कहा कि मुझे 500 से ऊपर का नहीं लेना है ब्लैंकेट. So he pulled it down and he says, ये बहुत महंगा है सर, ये 800 रुपए का. मैंने कहा क्या इसमें खासियत? ये एसी ब्लैंकेट है सर. मैंने कहा एसी ब्लैंकेट क्या होता है? कहते सर ब्लैंकेट पे एसी लगाइए और ब्लैंकेट करके सोइए, 18 डिग्री पे एसी पे सोइए और ब्लैंकेट. वो मजा आएगा बड़ा. I could not control laughing. I said, यार am I so stupid कि मैं ब्लैंकेट करूं और फिर मैं एसी लगा के उसमें सो. मैं एक हल्की चादर क्यों ना कर लूं, वो भी अगर मुझे आदत पड़ी हुई है मतलब चादर डालने की. Many of us are used to that some cover we do take when we go to bed. I said मैं एक हल्की चादर होगा 26 डिग्री में, मैं बड़ा कंफर्टेबल उसमें रहूंगा. ये क्या जरूरत है कि मैं उसमें एसी लगा के. So this guy, this manufacturer showed me that it's a very well-known manufacturer, Japanese manufacturer of ACs. I'm forgetting the name. He said we write there for cooling and for heating. They've shown the heating temperature also. Of course, in India we don't have to use the heating most of the time. But the next one, please. Food wastage. We are great at wasting food. You know, Indians are great at distributing food also to the poor. Despite what our media says, I know that millions of poor people are being fed by civil society, by government, by gurdwaras, by mandirs, are being fed. Some of them are still facing huge hardship, the so-called migrants are facing, but we also waste a lot of food. And the biggest wastage of food, and I know Kanchan Jutsi is not going to like it, is in the Wazwan, which is a Kashmiri thing. I went to attend a Wazwan food in Srinagar. And the tradition there, I was told, was कि नीचे बैठिएगा, 3 गेस्ट बैठेंगे और एक कोई लोकल साथ में बैठेगा. So जिसकी शादी हो रही थी, मेरे बेटे का दोस्त था, उसके कोई चाचा वाचा, वो हमारे साथ में बैठे. ऐसे ही हर एक के साथ एक कोई बैठा हुआ था कि हम आपको बताएंगे वाजवान खाया कैसे जाता है. मैं भी पहली बारी वाजवान खा रहा था. तो एक पहले सब इतना बड़ा प्लेटर आया, कोई 3 फुट डायमीटर का होगा या 2 फुट डायमीटर का, बीच में रख दिया गया. और उसमें प्रिडोमिनेंटली मीट्स होते हैं, एज यू आर अवेयर कश्मीरी फूड में, because the climate needs more meats, it needs, and राइस होता है. राइस का एक माउंटेन होता है और साथ में डिफरेंट तरह के मीट्स होते हैं. तो हम 3 लोग बैठे हुए थे, खाना शुरू कर दिया. नॉर्मली हाथ से खाया जाता है वाजवान, हाथ धो के बैठिए, साफ करके. That is my understanding, but she would know more about it. So ये जो साहब हमारे साथ बैठे थे, चाचा जी, वो कहने लगे, अरे भाई इतनी कोई जल्दी नहीं है, थोड़ा थोड़ा खाओ. मैं बड़ा हैरान हुआ कि ये होस्ट है और हमें कह रहे थोड़ा थोड़ा खाओ, इतना बढ़िया खाना है. इसे 17 और आने हैं ऐसे प्लेटर, 18 कोर्स का है वाजवान. तो अब ये देख लो कि मतलब सारे एंजॉय करना चाहते हो, सारे टेस्ट करना. तो मैंने कहा जी ये तो खाना जो है, ये तो हम 4 लोगों के लिए बहुत है, तो बाकी का क्या होगा. इसे कोई बात नहीं. तो he had no answer, but I knew कि वो खाना वेस्ट होता. That खाना is just, then it gets thrown, or maybe some of the servants will eat it or whatever it would happen. But that is the tradition. There is a tradition in many other states also कि आप खाने में अगर कुछ बचाएंगे नहीं थाली में, तो लोग समझते हैं कि आपका पेट नहीं भरा होगा, आप तो थाली साफ कर गए हो एकदम खा गए. ये भी मैंने देखा है. तो ये हमारी आदतें पड़ी हुई. पहले कुछ होता था कि वो कुछ पक्षी के लिए रखा जाता था, कुछ कुत्ते के लिए रखा जाता था, कुछ गाय के लिए रखा जाता था. अब आजकल वो तो नहीं होता है, और खाना लोग बचाते भी, लेकिन कम है घरों में तो. पर शादियों पे, पार्टियों पे बहुत खाना बचा. लोग, पीपल टेक प्राइड इन सेइंग कि हमारे बूफे में आज 104 डिशेज है साहब, आपने सब ट्राई कर दी है. तो यार मैं मर जाऊंगा. 104 डिशेज मतलब ट्राई, इज इट पॉसिबल टू ट्राई फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग टू ट्राई 104 डिशेज. बट लगाई जाती है. अब उसमें होता ये है कि अगर आदमी ने 3 चीज खानी है तो 6 तो डाले लेते हैं प्लेट में कि अच्छी लग रही है बहुत, एंड फूड इज वेस्टेड. ऑफ कोर्स मेनी people have come forward, they've started collecting food which is saved, they've started refrigerating it, repacking it, and distributing it, which is a good thing. But why waste food? What you want to give to the poor, give them a ratio of cooked food for them and give it to them. Next one, please. So these two slides were just to explain 3 slides: saving energy, use of metro, which was one of there are 100 others. There is a chart later on which will show you use of conservation of food and conservation of water. There is good news also. The good news is that water bodies are being rejuvenated. Even in a place like Gurgaon, I'm told there was 13 water bodies. In a society called Surge, with which I'm associated, has succeeded in rejuvenating 2 or 3 of them already, and we are working on it. World's largest solar plant is coming up in Ladakh. We have to put a price on water. It might sound harsh, but I think anything free is not well. Next one, please. Well, Rally for Rivers, we all read about it. Shri Shri and Swami Ram, they've joined. They are working on it. Industry claims for water neutrality. Big water guzzling industries like paper industry, cement industry, our soft drink industry are all making claim. Many of them are saying, at least Coke and Pepsi are saying they've become water neutral. That the amount of water that they take out from the earth, they give back to the earth, that much of water also. There is activism against degradation of the Aravalis. There's plug and food wastage. People are collecting and distributing it. There's a Bangalore scientist who claimed that for 23 years, he's paid no water bill. He harvests every drop of water that comes on his roof and uses that water throughout the year, and he's able to do that. Next one, please. Well, these are some of the things which may not work in India. Saudi Arabia has said that they can cut water consumption by 25%. They have cut water consumption by 25% per capita. Their consumption to start with was much, much more than ours. But it's a good thing that not a rich country like that does it. But that's one of the countries which imports water, which has to tug glaciers to their country to get water. But what I was very happy about it, that one of the mosques in Bombay in 2019 installed simple water-saving washers, which are now available for 200 rupees. They're available on Flipkart and Amazon and all that, which the water comes out like a kind of like a shower, and you can save a lot of water on it. They said they installed it on all their faucets where people do wudu. Wudu is the act of washing hands and feet before they do their prayers. And one mosque every day was saving 20,000 liters of water. Now you can imagine if everybody was to follow how many, and every mandir in Gurdwara was also to follow how many million liters of water can be saved. Less expensive desalination. There is some hope. Niti Aayog is working on it. Locking carbon dioxide, which is called carbon sequestering. That is open on it. And I talked in the earlier about the India Climate Collaborative. That is working on it. Next one, please. This is again a good news. Despite Mr. Donald Trump being a non-believer in climate change, many American companies, you find here many of the companies that are American in this name, have made a commitment to go 100% renewable in the next 15 years. 100% renewable. So that's a good thing. Next one, please. I think this we can quickly run through. Our solar PV capacity is rising. Next one, please. So is the wind energy capacity. Next one, please. I think between solar and wind now, total probably we are covering 15 to 17% of our total energy. Our total installed capacity of energy is about 350 gigawatts. And I think we're doing about 15 to 16% we are doing. 50 gigawatts we are doing by that. Now, this is a summary of the tips that I talked about, conservation, the mitigation, as Chairman had said to begin with. Rainwater harvesting, we must honestly do. It's a rule, but I know that people don't follow that rule. They just make a 2 feet pit and show it to the municipal guy who comes, and they actually don't do it. Simple things like using bottle of water on the conference table. First time my neighbor had opened a bottle. It was a 1 liter bottle. And I reached for it. I said, why should I open my bottle? I'll use it in my glass. And the gentleman looks at me and says, haven't you got your own bottle? I said, yes, sir, I have my own bottle, but is it necessary for us to open 2 bottles, which between us we will not finish? So, as it is, plastic bottles is a great misuse and creates a lot of waste, unnecessary waste, which can be avoided. But a lot of water gets wasted. The caterers come and just remove those bottles and throw them away. Washing dishes, washing vehicles. When I go for a walk in the morning, when I used to, till 20th March, I haven't gone out for a walk. I check the drivers. I find them washing their cars with big hoses of water. I said, बेटा ये क्यों कर रहे हो? एक बाल्टी भर के कर लो, गाड़ी के लिए बहुत है. So there are 3 kinds. Some of them say very nice, अच्छा अंकल जी कल से नहीं करेंगे. The second one say हमारे मालिक की बिजली, हमारे मालिक का ट्यूबवेल लगा हुआ है, आपको क्या तकलीफ होती है? And I can't explain to argue with them कि पानी और बिजली तो nation के resources है, world के resources है, आपके या मेरे नहीं. There's a third set, no, they don't say anything. When I turn around, they say ये बूढ़ा पागल हो गया, ऐसे कहता रहता है रोज. So but we got to keep saying. We got to keep saying. Never mind. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? उनके कहने से थोड़ी मैं पागल हो जाऊंगा. वो personal hygiene, saving water in the daily chores, RO water. Dr. J.P. Gupta will explain us something more about it. Air conditioner, condensate, water efficient urinals, and WCs which have been installed in the chamber and many other buildings. Next one, please. Conserving energy, using LED bulbs, low energy appliances. These days appliances come with star ratings, 5-star rating, use minimum this thing, ACs, refrigerators, switching off something, SOS. I've noticed in our chamber also, little stickers, SOS. First time I thought, this was that SOS save our soul. Then I learned that it means switch off something. If you're leaving a room, if you find a light at an AC on, just switch it off. Set the thermostat at a higher this thing. 26 may not be comfortable for everyone, but maybe 22, 23, 24, whatever is comfortable for you. Carpooling, using public transport, walking or cycling, climbing stairs instead of using lifts, conserving food, we've talked about it, reducing emissions, vehicle fuel, we use regular check, etc. And avoiding, even havans and dhoops and agarbattis. Yesterday I learned an amazing thing. Agarbatti market in India is 7,400 crores a year. And ITC is importing the sticks, spending 500 crores a year on them. Those sticks are imported, can you believe it, from Vietnam and from China? Now they have decided that they're going to work on the bamboo industry in Northeast and they're not going to import them. Why do we use agarbattis? My wife will fight with me. She is sitting here and watching this. She also uses, but now she uses only 1 agarbatti in a day instead of 2. So why can't we, agarbatti is something, it causes emissions, we can do away. Next one, please. I think that's the end of it. The cost of carbon is huge. I won't go into all these details, but extinction of species, melting glaciers. I think that slide was missing from my presentation today somehow. The Himalayan glacier, how it has shrunk in the last 70 years. I'm sorry, I lost somewhere. Water scarcity, ecosystem loss, ways of life, infectious diseases, sea level rise, political instability. People move, people migrate, and if water runs out, they have to migrate, and it causes floods and mudslides, wildfires, drought. You know about the wildfires in Australia and the wildfires in the Brazil, this place. Storm damage, ocean acidification, infrastructure loss, climate refugees. Next one, please. I think I talked about it. Think of your children and grandchildren. Mother Earth, our only home, borrowed from them, and we are only trustees. Next one, please. So this we won't play, it's a video. We can skip that. Thank you very much. There is another 3-minute video. If there is time after Dr. Gupta, Chairman, has talked about it, a 2-minute video, I'll request Devika to play that. Thank you very much for your time.
नहीं, थैंक यू वेरी मच. आप वो वीडियो दिखा दीजिए 2 मिनट का.
दिखा दो सर. देविका वो वीडियो लगा दो. नहीं, आप थोड़ा हमें बताइएगा जो आरओ के बारे में.
देखिए, मैं आपको सबको बताता हूँ कि आरओ वाटर is very dangerous for human consumption.
Dangerous, my God.
Yeah.
उसमें जो केमिकल निकल जाते हैं, जो न्यूट्रिएंट निकल जाते हैं.
नहीं, कोई केमिकल नहीं होता पानी के अंदर.
जी.
नेचर गिव्स न्यूट्रिएंट टू वाटर.
Okay.
चाहे आपका पानी वो पहाड़ों से आता है, लेक से आता है, रिवर से आता है, समुद्र से आता है, अंडरग्राउंड पानी आता है, उसके अंदर सॉल्ट्स होते हैं.
जी जी.
And these salts are they are called nutrients to water.
जी.
अगर आपने कभी सोचा होगा कि आप पहाड़ पे जाते हैं, कश्मीर जाते हैं, उस पानी पीने के बाद आपका डाइजेशन बहुत जल्दी हो जाता है, तो आप कहते हैं वो पानी का डाइजेशन बहुत अच्छा है.
जी जी.
उसके अंदर सोडियम बाइकार्बोनेट की मात्रा ज्यादा होती है.
जी.
तो क्या होता है, आरओ प्रोसेस वाज नेवर मेड, नेवर इन्वेंटेड, only Nobel Prize was given for making the purification for drinking purposes. These are only for desalination of the sea water for the deserts and other places where there is no water. Now, unfortunately, there are many techniques, microfiltration, ultrafiltration, and other techniques which can retain all the nutrients in the water and take out the things which are not needed. Unfortunately, because RO gives a lot of profits to the RO manufacturer, they don't supply the water filtering machines without RO. पहले आपको एक्वागार्ड मिला करता था.
हाँ जी, हाँ बिल्कुल.
हाँ, तो that aquaguard was good enough, which was having a activated carbon, ultraviolet light, and a sand filter to filter it. Only RO could be used where the TDS is more than 500, जो खारा पानी हो जाता है. 90 or 85% in our country, the water you don't need RO. आप गंगा के पानी, जमुना के पानी को RO से निकाल के उसको पूरा. And second point, the RO water become highly acidic. दिल्ली के सारे लोग आपको मालूम होगा एसिडिटी क्यों होता है. The water become highly acidic. Third point, RO process is highly energy intensive. All these things are not known. So fourth point, which is very dangerous, the moment you take RO water, which has no nutrient, it acts as an extracting agent from your body. The salts, the mineral present in your body, you put a water which has no nutrient, it will start taking it out. So medically, it is very dangerous, and there are written papers, medical paper researches that RO water should be highly dangerous for human consumption.
तो डॉक्टर साहब ये आप हेमा मालिनी को भी तो समझाइए, वो तो सब रोज कहती है टीवी पे कि आप RO वाटर पियो.
देखिए, बात सुनिए, उनका 1000 करोड़ का इंडस्ट्री है.
जी जी.
तो हमारे अच्छे मित्र हैं, आपको मालूम है.
तो सर, what is the solution then? Solution क्या है फिर? क्या पिए?
नहीं, I will tell you. One of my friends
आपको बताया ना,
who is attending this webinar also, he is gone back to the old candle filters.
देखिए,
He told me, Mr. Vaswani, he is there.
देखिए, even it is not that RO cannot make it. They can make this with microfiltration, ultrafiltration. They are not to go for RO.
तो कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी.
कॉस्ट चीपर हो जाएगी. जो आपका 18,000 का यूनिट है, 4,000 का हो जाएगा. उनकी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी खत्म हो जाएगी. This is a topic which could be discussed, but it was a very intense and very comprehensive presentation. Well presented, and I'm sure it must have given the food for thought for many listeners, and I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Very kind of you.
Thank you, Kala Saab, and thank you, Dr. Gupta. Very illuminating presentation by Mr. Kalra, and with a lot of information and many actions on climate mitigation that you have given. Very simple actions that probably we can use in our daily life. And the 10 trees, what you have said, we have a question and answer. which probably Dr. Gupta will also and Dr. J.S. Sharma will also pay attention to. You have said, sir, I mean, a person plants around 10 trees for 10 years every year. So a gentleman has written, Mr. Hari Nag has written, we don't have that much of land in India. He says it will be more than 1 lakh hectare. He has done some calculation. So I don't know, 1 lakh square kilometer he has written.
I have not done that calculation, but I'm sure we have a lot of area which is not being used for real estate, which is not being used for factories. But now that Mr. Hari has mentioned, we would do this calculation also.
Yes,
And
yes.
We have some mountain area where we don't have the plants. We have some desert area, we don't have the plant. We have coastline which is very long, where these mangroves can be planted. We have a railway track, both the side we can plant. We have to make a policy on that.
Very good. I think Dr. Sharma has given an explanation already. But
Mr.
we'll
Yes.
Mr. Kalra, I have one thought probably. Why we have to think when we talk of environment with the boundary of India and all that?
Sorry.
Because nature has not given any boundaries. Depending upon the area of the country available, I am giving you because you are a part of an international organization. According to me, the plantation, when you meet, the plantation, number of plantation should be allocated depending upon the land area and the population. It's a very good, beautiful question. India is a small country, large country with a small land area. Therefore, like China, like Australia, where no population, because you can put the plant anywhere. Why in India? It can be planted anywhere.
Dr. Gupta, problem वही है कि ये
कोई देखे क्या है प्रॉब्लम
इशू तो ग्लोबल
सुनिए नो इशू भी ग्लोबल एक तरफ तो अपन बात करते हैं क्लाइमेट चेंज की ट्रम्प नहीं मानता उन सबको मिलाते हैं सब कुछ होता है गिव दिस आइडिया दैट solution is the fossil fuel the biggest culprit you know it at the end of the day and these fossil fuel are being removed hydrogen is coming and it will change the entire scenario. You know it. All the cars, 30% cars in Europe are on hydrogen fuel. What I suggest, the cheapest and the best solution, entire world should become one family. The entire land of the world where there is less population, like Australia, like your Russia, like China, where what a big piece of land, they should be given. Anyone else can plant there. But they should give their land for the plantation so that your climate change, that CO2 trap can take place. So just as a food for thought, I don't want any answer from you right now. I know it's a difficult question. What I have given is a unique kind of my thinking. You think over it and put it on the international forum, what they think, how they react on it.
Dr. Saab, इतना international forum में तो वो इतना मैंने I have incidentally I was present in Copenhagen when that I think it was in 2005 or 2004 when one of these COP meetings took place there and FICCI delegation was there and I was also there. And of course we used to be outside, hang around outside and talk to our negotiators and all. वहाँ तो इतना नहीं मान रहे हैं वो ये कहते हैं कि आपकी टोटल इतनी है एमिशन हमारी इतनी है आप इतनी घटाइए वो तो ये नहीं मान रहे हैं पर कैपिटा का आप do you think China will agree to plant trees for the good of India and other countries? Or America will do, or Russia will do? नहीं करेंगे.
देखिए काला जी
सबको है, पूरी ह्यूमैनिटी को है, पूरी अर्थ प्लेनेट को है, लेकिन वो तो अपनी
देखिए आपको मालूम है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड या तो समुद्र एब्जॉर्ब करेगा या प्लांट एब्जॉर्ब करेंगे, दो ही चीज एब्जॉर्ब करेंगी और तो कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं है.
समुद्र में आप कैपेसिटी नहीं है एब्जॉर्ब करने की, समुद्र की तो मरीन लाइफ खत्म हो रही है.
देखिए समुद्र
कर सकते हैं
आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं. समुद्र की तो लैंड अभी भी कैप्चर करते जा रहे हैं, अपन जहाँ भी होता है लेते जा रहे हैं. तो एनीवे दिस इज अ टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन एंड डिस्कशन. वर्ल्ड हैज टू एग्री ऑन इट.
उनके पास जितनी बहुत लैंड है फिर भी वो हमारी लैंड भी ग्रैब करते जाते हैं लद्दाख में और जगह. तो वो इशू कैसे हम एड्रेस कर सकते
बात
हैं?
सुनो, कि लोगों को खुश करना भी सीखो आप। हर एक से झगड़ा करोगे वो झगड़ा करेगा।
और ये प्रॉब्लम तो और सिवियर हो गई है, बिकॉज नाउ वन हैज टू वेस्ट वाटर, वन हैज टू वेस्ट डिटर्जेंट, देयर आर माउंटेन, जो मास्क है और पीपी है इनके वो ऐड हो रहा है गार्बेज में। पर अब क्या किया जाए, ये तो जो ये महामारी है इसको तो डील करना ही पड़ेगा ना पहले।
तो अच्छा नहीं काला जी, व्हाई डोंट यू थिंक इट इज गुड फॉर द, आखिर कोई सिखा तो रहा है ना।
Agreed, yes.
that is the only good कि कुछ समझ रही है लोगों को।
मैनकाइंड को अपना इतना नशा आ चुका था और इतनी ग्रीड फॉर द वेल्थ एंड ऑल, महामारी ने कुछ सिखाया है, सबको घर में घुसा दिया। इटली में लोगों ने पैसा सड़कों में फेंक दिया। ये तो जो आपने पूरा समझाया है, महामारी ने कोविड उसने सिखा दिया, सबको घर में घुसा दिया। ये बहुत अच्छा, एक और कोविड आना चाहिए, ये एवरी 5 इयर्स आना चाहिए।
Good approach.
Okay, thank you,
sir. The chamber leadership and all the.
Dr. Ranjit, now you take the charge, and I think it is such a topic we can go on discussing. But from my side,
yeah, that's true, sir. I think that I'll invite Dr. J.S. Sharma, the co-chairman, to give a formal vote of thanks to our very distinguished speaker, Mr. Kalra, and to the chairman of Environment Committee, Dr. Gupta, other Mr. Pranav Badar, and and also Mr. Rustagi and Kanchan, everyone. So over to you, Dr. Sharma, and all the participants there.
Dr. Mehta, मेरे को एक question. Can I ask a question? This thing, you know, Kalra sir, I think it has been a very enlightening, you know, the sharing your in-depth knowledge about the whole thing. Now, my point is कि ये कोविड ने पूरी दुनिया को हिला के रख दिया। इसकी जो भी लिमिटेड कैजुअलिटीज हुई, climate change is such a vast this thing जिसके the casualties are many times and many fold. ये इस तरह का कोई किसी तरह को कोई शेक करने वाला कोई एक्शन इसको क्लाइमेट चेंज को अवॉइड करने के लिए ऐसा नहीं बना है। तो व्हाट इज दैट, हाउ कुड इट बी डन, एंड व्हाट डू यू सी कि भी कितने टाइम फ्रेम में ये सारी चीजें वर्ल्ड विल रियलाइज कि समथिंग नीड टू बी डन वेरी फास्ट, अदरवाइज द थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू वर्सन वेरी फास्ट।
डॉक्टर साहब, ऐसा है कि दिस अनफॉर्चुनेट कोविड हैज taught humanity that there is a merit to simpler and less ostentatious living. There is a merit to cut down on commuting. There is a merit to cutting down on transportation, travel, etc. and all that, which is a good thing. COVID ka kya hoga? None of us knows that. Nobody has understood this animal so far. And the whole world is down on its knees fighting COVID. But once we are out of this, personally I feel we will get out of it. Once we are out of this, I think our life will change for good. We are not going back to normal ways of our life. I think it will be a new normal, as people have been saying. And that is going to have an effect, a good effect on the climate change also. Emissions जो है वो ये fossil emissions zero तो होने वाली नहीं है, 2050 तक भी नहीं होने वाली, 2075 तक भी नहीं होने वाली, लेकिन अगर कम हो जाएंगी, आज अगर हमारी लेट अस से इंस्टॉल कैपेसिटी 330 या 350 गीगावाट्स है, जो अब हम ऐड करें आफ्टर ऑल इन अनदर 10 years दिस कैपेसिटी विल गो टू 500 गीगावाट्स, इट हैज टू गो टू 500 गीगावाट। अगर वो 150 का 150 रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से आए, रिन्यूएबल सोर्सेज से आए, तो होपफुली, एंड एवरी अदर कंट्री आल्सो डज दैट, होपफुली थिंग्स विल चेंज। देयर आर कंट्रीज, इंसिडेंटली यू मस्ट बी अवेयर, Germany now produces 85% of their energy from renewable sources. 85%. I mean, things are happening. Many countries are doing that. Their per capita consumption of energy is many times our per capita consumption. But I think things are happening, and hopefully now that people have realized the dangers of it, something will happen. I think these extreme weather events are enough to demonstrate to us the horrors of what climate change is causing.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kala Saab. Over to you, Dr. Sharma, please.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ranjit. it was very great to hear Mr. Kalra. But before that, formally proposing the vote of thanks, I have two things to make a
Yes.
statement. One is that we have on the forest issue, felling of trees and cutting of forest for paper industry is 155 lakhs square kilometer per year in India. So this is the largest, and I think the amount of this has to be restored every year.
Yes.
This is one thing for this is with reference to the question. Second is Dr. Gupta about the RO. He is one of the chairman of that committee where the RO related things were discussed and finalized the policy issue with the Central Pollution Control Board. Third thing, I want to make an announcement that Environment Committee of the PhD Chamber was to organize the Indian Climate Summit in the month of May. That is because of COVID has been postponed, and when things get normalized, maybe by the end of early next year, maybe we can plan for that. So this is for the audience and for the Mr. Kalra also to make this formal announcement that we have postponed. So, sir, really we are grateful to hear for your knowledge on the climate, concern for the climate, and you started with the preamble of the climate and science of the climate change and coming to the conservation of the natural resources and many more things. But we, the carbon dioxide is the culprit, so as long as carbon-based fuel is there, so we have to live with this problem unless the carbon is eliminated from our life. So it looks as of now very difficult, but we have to reduce it to the maximum extent. As you rightly said, that the photovoltaics, the solar energy and other renewables like Germany, if we have to plan in more innovation in that, so that will work. So once again, thank you very much for your very luminary kind of lecture covering the whole gamut of the climate change, summarizing from the Al Gore's and coming to the latest scientists and the latest information about the climate and the per capita data and other things. So I also thank to the PhD Chamber, Dr. Ranjit Mehta, Chairman of the committee, Dr. J.P. Gupta, Co-Chairman, Mr. Poddar, and Madam Kanchan, everybody. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you. Thank you, Kala Saab.